This set is composed of 9 sets of basic stances along with upper body positions that are designed to increase your flexibility, increase your strength, increase your body control. At the same time, give you something to focus your thought on so as to disconnect you from everyday stress and other things that might not necessarily be positive towards your thought process. When we're doing the exercises and you're focusing on your body position, your breathing, you pretty much have to be engaged in the exercises, and that gives you a separation from that stress. So let's begin. I'm going to start with my feet close together, my arms at my side. As I step out to my left, I'm going to make a cross above my head and then in front. My left hand in front, I'm going to dip my chin around the spine and then back to where we started from. So each time we do it, I'm going to add on another movement or two. After the first step, we start to do the movements on the left side and then on the right side so as to keep it symmetrical. To begin again, bend both knees, step out to the left, arms crossed in front, left hand on the top, around the spine as you dip your chin. Next set, I'm going to shift to my left, scoop my hand to the left and then to my right shoulder. Hold the hand out as if you're holding onto a plate. Pivot to the left side so you're in a bow stance with the body turned on a 45-degree angle. Extend out into a fist and then relax, let your elbow bend, let your shoulders sink, let your hips sink. We'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So I'm going to scoop, lift the heels off the ground so I can pivot on the ball of my feet, punch out, twist the torso, and then relax and come back. Let the body sink down so that the weight from your hips sinks down into the ground. Back to the beginning step. Feet together, shoulders relaxed, everything's comfortable and even, so your shoulders are level. Same time I sink down, I'm going to step as my arms move. Exhale as I bend. Shift to the left, inhale, exhale. Inhale as I scoop, exhale as I twist. Next set. Bring your arm down towards your knee, left hand towards the right knee, bring it up towards your shoulder. I'm going to use the side of my hand like a hammer. If I'm pounding a hammer, the side of my hand, I'm going to call a hammer fist. Extend that arm out, and then the back arm, so as to make the arms travel in a straight line with one another. One arm is high, the other is low, but they try to stay in the same line. And then the other side. Scoop, pass the face, other arm connects like I have a pole across my arms, across my back, gently twist. Now if you can, from here, try to look at your back hand and your back foot. So the head has to turn and twist slightly. And then we'll come back to the beginning position. Feet together, shoulders level, body relaxed. Bend both knees, step out to the left, arms in front, make a cross as you bend down. Shift to the left as you scoop, inhale, exhale. One hand is open, the other hand is a fist. Exhale, sink. Next set, scoop to the shoulder, twist, look towards that back foot, the bottom arm. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, exhale. Now throughout this whole time, I'm trying to be conscious that my foot, my knee, and my hip are in the same plane. If I'm in the bow stance, my foot, my knee, and my hip point the same way, even though my torso might be turned opposite directions. Try to keep that alignment of my foot, my knee, my hip, so as not to put undue strain on the knees bending too far in or too far out or too far over the toes. When I go to the next set, which will be the horse stance, my toes are fairly straight, maybe just slightly pointed outward. Next set is going to be with the hand on my hip, my left hand scoops on the ground and then in front of the face. And then a punch out from my nose. Expand the chest as you bring the elbow back. Twist the torso as you bring the elbow across. Back knuckle, this part of the hand, as if it's extending and attacking in front. Left hand underneath by the elbow, and then sink down. And I'll do the same thing with the opposite side. So hand on my hip, right hand initiates the block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can break it into 6 components to make it a little bit easier. To start again, I'll shift my weight towards one leg, slide in so I can stand up comfortably without putting too much strain on the knee joints, and then begin again. So, first step, next set. So after the first exercise, then we move in sets. Next side. Next set is the twisting, looking towards the back hand and foot, and then the same thing on the other side. Next set starts with the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is line up on your center line. Sink your hips down into a low stance, low horse stance. We can come up, and then we do the same thing on the other side. Initiate with the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Line up on your center line. Sink into a low horse stance. Next set. I'm going to come up. So I'm still in a horse stance, but my legs are fairly relaxed. Arms are going to reach down and cross. Make an X shape with your body. Squeeze into a fist. Let the elbows come down so your hands are in a position where as if you're going to back knuckle and hit outward. Next set, next exercise. Arms do the same thing into an X, but this time the back knuckle is going to be facing downward. So the elbows pull in towards the ribs, your hips sink down, the hands are in a downward direction. So that last set again, after we did the punch, elbow, back knuckle set, will be to make an X, and then arms out to the side, followed by the chin dropping, spine rounding, make the X again. This time the elbows come in, and the hands are in a downward trajectory, and sink down. So back to the very beginning. Start off with the horse stance. Round the spine, make the body into a ball, followed by the punching side to side, followed by the twisting side by side, followed by the horse stance punch, elbow, attack position, other side, and then the next set, which are the X movements. X, X, and sink, followed by, again, an X with the arms, X with the body, and then sinking down. A lot of Xing or circling of the arms, making an X shape. So from here I'm going to come in, left hand on the top again, sink down, kind of like the very first position. I'm going to unwind, hands come behind my ears, and then like a double back knuckle. And again, round the spine, dip the chin, come as far down to the ground as possible. The next part of that set is to draw back into the horse stance, hands at the hips, make a C shape with the index finger and the thumbs, and extend out in front. And then elbows bend, shoulders sink, hips sink. And then slowly back up. So again, after the double X movements, you got one here, and then one here. The next step is going to be to go back to the very first step, round the body, hands come underneath the ears, like I'm hitting out and coming down as far as I can towards the ground in that horse stance. Straightening up as I roll the spine up. I make a C shape with the index finger and the thumb, extend out, stretching forward, and then the elbows sink, shoulders sink, hips sink. Next exercise set, I'm going to shift to my right and then towards my left into the bow stance. Here's that same hand position, extend out. As I come back with my shoulder and elbow dropping, I go back to the horse stance. Then do the same thing on the other side. Shift to the left, bow stance to the right. As my arms come back in to become symmetrical, I'm in the horse stance. Sink down slowly, slowly back up. Back to the very beginning. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. 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 Next exercise set. It's like I'm holding on to a towel between my two fists. Lean to the side, so I'm in a side bow stance. Try and lock the elbows. And then the elbows bend and the hips sink. And then the other side. Big circle. Inhale. Bow stance turning to the right side. Hands like I'm holding onto a towel. Extend out to lock. Take the tension off by bending. Sink the hips down. Back to the very beginning once again.